Stan, thanks so much. Great to be on the April Symposium with everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce Alban Maino from MemoryLane TV, one of our finalists for our previous Breakthrough Alliance Challenge, who's going to give us a presentation today. So I do encourage everyone to listen in and make sure you get connected with Alban in the chat. But Alban, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Thank you, Stan. I really appreciate, and I'm honored to be here with the HITLAB Symposium to talk about MemoryLane TV. So you might detect a slight accent. I'm Franco-American, so I apologize in advance for some of the hiccups in my presentations and in my word. But my name is Alban. I'm the founder and the CEO of MemoryLane TV. And we refer to MemoryLane as the Netflix of dementia, because it's the first specialized streaming platform designed specifically for people living with dementia and Alzheimer's disease and their care partners. And I'm going to try to, in the next 10 to 15 minutes, to be really concise, to show you and talk about our mission, which essentially, as Stan mentioned, is to improve the quality of life for both those living with cognitive impairments and their caregivers through therapeutic media. And I'm going to show you what we've done over the past 10 years. We launched about 2 years ago because of the evolution of technology, but we've been working at this for the past 10 years. I'm a film producer from France originally, moved, and I'm talking to you from Portland, Maine. I'm going to try to share my screen because I'm a visual person, to show you and demonstrate you some of the things that we've done. We're all pretty much aware of the crisis behind the statistics that you're seeing, and I won't spend much time reminding anybody about the importance of what we're doing here. You know, 1 out of 2 of us, even in this symposium, will most likely be affected by dementia in our lifetime, either as a care partner or actually contracting the disease. So it's not so much about if, but more about when. And this is my grandmother, by the way, Rosette. This is the reason behind, Aubreen was saying, it's important to have a story. Like, this is why I dove into this story 10 years ago, because I immediately understood that there was no cure for the disease in itself. And there was many ways in which, over the past 50 years, evidence-based research in multisensory stimulation could actually improve the life of the people living with dementia. So I took a deep dive into it when she was affected and realized that there was a television for dogs and for cat, dog TV. It's a true thing. And there was nothing for people living with dementia in her condition. And we all know that television is a very important part of our daily activity, or screens in general. But for people living with dementia, and my grandmother, for example, it was very difficult to use really as an entertainment because of 3 things. A, the complex storylines that people cannot follow, leading to a lot of frustration, disturbing news content, and everybody, I think, can relate now how those repeatedly experienced can come as new every time, and the sensory overload. So, for example, in the average care facilities, there are about 6 hours daily that we use television. For home caregivers, TV is the default activity that represents both a significant problem and an opportunity. And instead of continuing to talk for the next minute, I'm going to show you 1-minute film that essentially describes what we've done over the past years. Let me see if you...
Designed to improve the quality of life for people living with memory loss. It is a non-pharmacological digital tool that uses the power of cinematography to positively impact mood, communication, and a sense of well-being for users. Leveraging over 50 years of scientific studies on multisensory stimulation and mind-body medicine, our films were developed and tested in clinical settings. MemoryLane is a simple, cost-effective tool that offers care partners a bit of respite from the daily stress of supporting those with memory loss. Our program allows the viewers and their care partners to engage positively throughout the day, helping to reduce anxiety, depression, agitation, and disorientation. The magic of memory lane is the combination of multisensory stimuli intended to evoke positive feelings and new memories in the viewer. When people are engaged with memory lane, they feel immersed, focused, and happier.
I'll stop it here because our time is limited today, and continue on unless you have a question for me. But what I want people to understand is that we've developed what we considered is much more than entertainment. It's really a multi-sensory intervention, a modality essentially that offers what we consider a transformative alternative with over 1,200 films of therapeutic content that are very specifically designed for the people that we're working for and adapted to their cognitive needs. You've seen in the short video that our content is plot-free, essentially. It's positive. There's no distressing imagery or themes. It's very person-centered. We adapt. You profile when you enter in MemoryLane TV who you caring for, and it's multisensory. We even use olfactory stimulation. You've seen in the previous slide some of the prestigious research partners that we've had before we actually launched on the market. And some of them you will recognize, but what's important to take out of my presentation today is that it works. It works, and it's important because it reduces the anxiety, the care burden of the care partners, and the positive impact that we have on the overall care for people living with dementia is really important. We're very proud to be with HITLAB as one of our research partners. We're doing a heuristic study. We're distributed in many places all around the world, in the US, and we're working with a company, a gaming company called Tover, that I invite you all to look into, who's present in 16 countries around the world to really make this even more cinematic, projecting on walls and cushions and everywhere. Our films are designed by essence to follow what the circadian rhythm of the day, and the impact that we have through what that behavioral and multisensory digital intervention really addresses different types of symptoms. I want to take you very quickly. My time is really running short. We only have a few other minutes. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of important elements to take out of what we've done. What we've done is essentially scientifically derived from 50 years of research in the field. We've talked about circadian rhythm restoration. You know that the needs in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening is very different based on the people that we're caring for. The sensory activation is also important and different at different times of the day. So we've personalized the content using technology for a really person-centered approach through our media library, through music and video and soundscapes, which allows us to manage a lot of the symptoms associated with the disease. So I will share with all of you some of our research through the white papers that we've done, and allow you to take a deeper dive into MemoryLane TV. But let me take you one before I leave you with why we call this the Netflix of dementia, to show you our platform. You can see and relate to a very familiar environment. We have two 24/7 channels that follow the circadian rhythm of the day. So for people who do not want to look for specific content, it's very easy to navigate through our linear channel and plot-free content throughout the day. But if you want to adapt it to the people that we're working for, you can navigate over 13 different collections. And you can see here the various collections that we've developed, and understand, by the way you navigate our content, you can adapt it to whoever is watching it, the level of engagement, the time of the day. Sometimes people need to be extremely engaged through sing-alongs and music, again, that we adapt through reminiscence collections, or they need to be more passive and just meditate and dream. MemoryLane TV allows to do this. We've measured the attention span of people who are using our programs, which is generally between 10 and 25 minutes. And based out of that, we're going to be able to have different touch points at the end of the day that will either allow the care partner to interact, to redirect the attention, or to manage specific symptoms such as sundowning or anxiety or stress. I'm sure you recognize some of the people that are part of our programming, and you can imagine how specific musical playlists. Oliver Sacks in the 70s talked about the importance of very specific music for people living with dementia and cognitive decline. We have sing-along, we have meditation music, we have content to incentivize appetite. Because when you're affected by dementia or Alzheimer's, you forget that you're hungry. You know that you're suffering, but you don't know why. So 3-4 times a day at meal times, we can show different types of content that will incentivize this appetite. You can travel all around the world through city walks or bike rides. There's a plot-free element, which means non-character driven, always positive to all our content. You can do chair yoga. You can revisit some of the sports that you've done with. And we've focused essentially on culture and diversity as well, because based on your cultural heritage, where you come from, your age, or the person that you're caring for, we need to personalize the content for every viewer. I'll end up on and there's so much to do and to say about what we've done, but what's very centric for this voyage and journey that we are embarking to when you enter in the world of dementia is education and training. So we've decided to make our care partner channel, which is directly directed for care partner themselves, with Keep Snow and Naomi Fels, UCLA, some of the most prestigious partner in the field, free for all. So with just your email, you can enter and start learning what's going to happen in this journey of MemoryLane, of dementia in itself. I wanted to leave just a few minutes for questions, so I'll stop it here and essentially answer any question that you might have with a call for action. We're looking for partners here for distribution partnerships, integration opportunities, research collaborations, such as the one that we're doing with HITLAB, philanthropic initiatives for people who want to make the platform freely available for underserved population. So this is a shout out. We've got and created this incredible platform over the past 10 years, and it needs now to reach the global impact that our mission has done. So please contact us.